Good afternoon, everyone. I come to you today with a bitter memory. 5 years ago, I had to make one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life, which was to let my wife pass away. My wife at that time was in a assisted living facility. She was in a vegetative state at that time. And so I remember getting a call from the assisted living care that said, Mr. Sockwell, your wife is breathing shallow, which is indication that she was getting ready to pass. So I told them, or better yet, God told me to tell them to let her get out of her pain, let her go. And within about 10 minutes, I get another call back that said, Mr. Sockwell, your wife is gone. So I thank the nurse, thank you very much. Then I had to go home and tell my daughter, your mother's gone. Now, my daughter and I, what we did was we went out walking because we just didn't want to stay cooped up in the house and let sadness come over us. So as we were out walking, in the distance, we heard this thunderclap. Didn't see any lightning. And in her culture, it says that when you hear thunder without lightning, that means a warrior died. And so Patricia was letting me know that she was gone and telling me thank you. Now, let me tell you some good things and some happier things about my wife, my late wife. She was brilliant. And the reason why I say she was brilliant is that she could read a book and repeat every single word back to you with understanding. Also, she went to a school in El Salvador where 4,000 people applied and only 200 got accepted. And it would be on par with our Harvard here in the United States. It was so prestigious that the president of El Salvador had his children going there. Now, not only was she so smart, but she had a big heart also. And I trusted her without question because she was brilliant, plus she was intuitive. And in 33 years of marriage, never once did we cheat on each other. It wasn't in her DNA, nor was it in mine. Now, however, getting me to the chapel was another story entirely. as we were dating, I remember her telling me that I used to tell her, no, I don't plan to ever get married. You know, I'm too young and it's just not for me. So one day, Patricia came to me. She says, you know, Tommy, I always wanted to become a doctor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to El Salvador and become a doctor. So when she told me that, I went through my Rolodex in my mind of her great qualities that she had. Now, for your baby boomers, you know what I'm talking about when I say the Rolodex. And I said she's smart, she would make a good wife and a good mother, she's great with business, and I know that she was loyal. So I remember getting down on one knee and saying to her, will you marry? And before I could get the entire statement out, she jumped in my arms and says, yes, 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 I'll marry you. And so we stayed together. We had our ups and downs, like any couple. But when things got tough, I knew that she was in my corner and I was in her corner. And so I will end this by saying is that even though it was one of the most saddest days of my life, she gave me beautiful memories. I remember more of the great memories that she gave me. Even to this day, my heart is broken. I just remember the good times. And I will end this by saying that, you know, because when I went to that assisted living facility, she was nothing but skin and bones, and she didn't recognize me. Her eyes were black, and so the only thing I could do is just kiss her on the forehead and tell her I loved her. I saw her about 3 times. On that last time, I was compelled to give her a kiss. There's a story of this business executive that was in the same situation where his wife couldn't remember him. And his friends would say, leave her alone. Go on with your life. She doesn't remember you. And he said to them, but I remember her. So on this day, Patricia, I remember you.